What is the movie that have made you cry the most? Well, only recently I came across this thought, mostly inspired by how to make millions before grandma dies, and I thought maybe I should document it down here. Perhaps one day, my kids will discover this channel and find out just how sissy their papa is. So, which movie made me cry the most? I have a clear winner, but before that, how about you? Do you have a movie that made you cry like a watermelon too? Let me guess. Perhaps the most obvious ones are those movies or scenes that deal with death, similar to How to Make Millions Before Grandma Dies, like he can't see without his specs in My Girl, or when Mickey dies in Rocky 3, or when he kills her in $1 Million Baby, or Brooks was here in The Shawshank Redemption, or when a grandpa gives permission for her to die in If I Stay, or the similar variation in Patch Adams, Steel Magnolias, 5 Feet Apart, My Sister's Keeper, The Fault in Our Stars, and Me and Earl and the Dying Girl. It's just tough not to cry when you know that death is around the corner and the characters are braving it. If you have a dog, I'm sure Marley and Me or Hachi got you pretty good too. For me, I don't even own a horse, but I did cry a little for Blackie in True Grit or the Whitey in Neverending Story. How about some imaginary cartoon characters? Have you teared for them as well? Well, I certainly did waste some tissue, especially when Bing Bong dies in Inside Out. This Bing Bong got me real good, I have to concede, which brings back so much memories about Disney's cartoons. Some of the best tearjerkers, believe it or not, are from cartoons. Think about Papa Mufasa in Lion King, Mama Deer in Bambi, Mama Dinosaur in Land Before Time, or when the nanny finally remembers in Coco, or the hug with the chained Mama Dumbo, be it in the live action one or the cartoon one. They are all enough to open my tears tab for free. Another category that would make you cry would be the farewell group. Did you cry when you sent off the toys in Toy Story 3, sent off them again in Toy Story 4, the monsters in Monster Inc., or Daniel Craig in No Time to Die, or Billy in Billy Elliot, or even Wilson in Castaway? If death and farewell did not really do you and your tears apart, perhaps your tears need more complex catalysts to ripe. How about go on a long and windy emotional journey with a certain character and experience up close his character arc? I'm sure you're crying during the montage of Up and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, because we all know that's essentially our whole life being flashed past us. Given enough time, endings of Forrest Gump, Capernaum, Brokeback Mountain are tearjerkers too. Not to forget For You 1,000 Times Over in The Kite Runner and the magnificent Farewell My Concubine, where you go through their entire journey only to discover nothing but utter despair and emptiness in the end. You know, in Chinese we have this phrase called 五味杂陈 that being literally translated to 5 flavors of mixed feelings. Did certain movies or scenes cause such condensed, unexplainable mixed feelings that suddenly sour your nose and tears just involuntarily drips down without any warnings at all? Perhaps listening to some genuine advice by Bob De Niro in Silver Lining Playbook or by Ben Affleck in Good Will Hunting. I bet you could weep a little and just hope and beg that, hey, please just take their advice, man. How about the endings of Bicycle Thief, Tare Zameen Par, The Spy Gone North, Marriage Story, Manchester by the Sea, or during the revelation scenes in The Perks of Being a Wallflower or Stepmom? I bet you will be in such mixed, messy emotional state that all you could do is just to wipe your face. As you can probably tell, I'm a typical Asian dad, so crying is most definitely a taboo subject for me, or for most Asian guys. We get worse when it comes to romantic movies. We simply don't cry out of love, or do we? Have you ever seen Asian guy cry over Titanic, P.S. I Love You, or 500 Days of Summer, Shall We Dance, The Notebook, or its older version in The Bridges of Madison County? Pretty sure that's a resounding no, or not. But what I can tell you is we resonate more with sacrifice, because that's just what we do, we sacrifice. And if you are an Asian, we sacrifice quietly. So movies or scenes that deal with sacrifice perhaps would move you. I'm of course talking about the later part in The Pursuit of Happiness, the muted defeat in Kill the Mockingbird, the silent appreciation in The Life of Others, the 1-on-4 true bravery in True Grit, Hiccup sacrificing himself in How to Train Your Dragon 3, Oh Captain My Captain in Dead Poets Society, the brother changing shoes in Children of Heaven, or even the half smile here by Lee Sung-min in The Spy Gone North. After all this, if they still didn't manage to extract a single tear from you, congratulations man, you are indeed a tough nut to crack. It's time for me to present to you the best kind of tears jerkers here. The one that involves family, be it the death or saying goodbye to a close one. We are all at one point in time a kid or a parent to someone. So how could you not cry when the dad is trying to phone home in The Impossible, or the dad trying to console his boy in Bridge to Terabithia, the last walk with dad in About Time, or when he meets his mom in Lion, or saying goodbye to mom in Hi Mom, or saying goodbye again in Terms of Endearment, or again saying goodbye to mom again in Tari Zameen Par, or when the sister dies in Grave of the Fireflies, or when Sir Anthony Hopkins misses his mom in The Father, or more saying goodbye to mom in Be With You, or when the girl listened to her dad in Fagara, or both dad and son talking in Frequency, or a son washing his dad in The Separation, or when a dad finds back his son in Like Father, Like Son, or another dad and son playing catch in Field of Dreams, or the boy asking about his dad in The Champ, I'll Be a Good Boy in The Basketball Diaries, or basically every scene Sean Penn is in I Am Sam. Or how about this ultimate scene when the mom bends down in Aftershock? My god, this scene is really something else. Just a side note for the record, I did not cry in Sophie's Choice and The Schindler's List. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's just not that relevant to me. Now, about that movie that have made me cry the most is in this category too. And it's a close fight between Along with the Gods, The Two Worlds, Miracles in Cell Number 7, My Father and My Son, and Cinema Paradiso. The last scene in Cinema Paradiso features the man watching the movies, crying without a care till the end. And so am I, for a good many minutes, across the entire credits roll and long after that. I believe I cried intensely and stupidly for about a good 10 minutes. And this last scene still gets me even till today, every time I rewatch it. Cinema Paradiso is the one for me. How about you?